Okay. Hello, my oceans of love. This is Tilly. If you don't know who I am, I'm basically the person behind everything that happens on the channel. I edit the videos, I create the stories, the drawings, everything, people have been asking me if I do it all alone or if I have help, and no, I usually don't have help when I create these videos for you guys. But yeah, so this is me. There's a drawing on the screen right now, and that's me. I did a drawing based on myself, so yeah, I guess it's pretty similar. I'd say it's pretty similar, but I know I'm kind of biased, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm so sorry. Okay, so this video is very different. As you can see, this is a new series, and this is not a texting series anymore. I can keep doing texting videos if you want, like that's totally fine with me. I don't mind, but this is a bit different, and I know not everybody's gonna like it, and I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I had so much work and so much time put into this video that I really hope you enjoy it, and I really hope you like it, and just give it a shot. This video is long, I know. This video is very, very long. And that's because I kind of got carried away with the story, and I'm very perfectionist, so I just keep adding details and more details and more details and more details, and it evolved into these. For one part is good because you guys get to see more content from me, but at the same time I just take so long to do these kind of videos. I'm gonna try to shorten the next video. If you guys decide you want to see more of this series, I'm gonna try to shorten a little bit the second part, maybe add less details or whatever, but there's another thing in this video. As you can see, I'm voiceovering my intro, and oh no. I did a voiceover in this video, with my voice, not all of the video. I still put the voice of the computer, of the voiceover that I use, but this time, for whenever a character is speaking, I did a voiceover because I have this wish of having more personality, having more emotion in what certain characters are saying. I don't want the thing to be this, blah, blah, blah. I want to be dramatic, with emotion and with voice cracks and all of that, So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really enjoy doing the voiceover. I hated editing my own voice because I didn't like to hearing it all the time, but I asked some people if they could help me, but they refused to do a voiceover, and I'm not gonna pay someone to do a voiceover. I don't have the money to do that. But I hope that my voice is bearable. I hope that I could show the character's emotion and characteristics through my voiceover, and I hope that my accent is not very annoying. Oh, by the way, if you want if you don't like my voiceover, please feel free to tell me in the comments, because I won't get mad. I swear, I won't get mad. I'll be happy, because if you guys say that you prefer the computer's voice, the normal voiceover that I do for my other videos, I'll gladly do it, because it's less work for me, but if you say that you prefer with my voice because of the emotion, because of all of that, I'll be happy too. It's not something that I like to do, but I'll do it just to give more quality to my video, I really quickly explain my AU before the video starts, and I think this part is important for you to know what's happening, you know. I wanted everything that happened in the anime and in the manga. If you haven't read the manga, this is gonna be a big spoiler for you, but you know, stick around if you want, I guess. So basically everything happened, you know, everything that happened in the real story happened here. The thing is, Eren didn't die because I have this thing. Why did Ymir rebuild Zeke in that sand but couldn't do that for anyone else? So I was thinking that she basically took away the power of the Titans from the Elden race, which made them normal humans. In this AU, she also resculpted everybody back. Like everybody that was killed by Titans that suffered in this thing that she wasn't able to let go, you know, which was the Titan power, because she was a slave of King Fritz, or whatever his name is, honestly, I don't know. So basically everybody's back, everybody's alive, and everybody's gonna appear, you know. I'm really excited because I really wanted like an ending like this, a really happy ending. Our characters that we love so much are going to be fine and they're going to live an amazing life. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me because I know it's unrealistic. Some people prefer this ending that happened. I guess this is the end of the intro, so welcome to Traveling Journals, and I hope you like it. Enjoy the video.
It's almost 3 p.m. and everybody's stomach is still hurting from the enormous lunch. They are all still getting used to eating like kings and queens. Armin is in his bedroom rereading one of his favorite books about the ocean. It's amazing how, each time he reads those words again, he can pick up on so many details he didn't notice before and still learn something new. His room is pretty simple but still cozy, decorated with deep tones of blue. His bed, where he is laying right now, is leaning on the left corner next to the only window in the room. The bedside table next to it has a tiny lamp, a framed photo of him, Eren and Mikasa hugging, and some paper notes from his university work. In front of the bed there's his organized and clean desk along with his bookshelf. On the wall in front of the desk there are 3 rows of shelves full of different types of shells. Some were gifted, others were caught by Armin himself from the near beach. On the right side of the room there are 3 posters. One of a beautiful oceanic landscape, the one next to it is the flag of his university, and the last one is from the Titanic, the first movie he ever watched when he discovered they existed. Suddenly, a high shrill sound interrupts his concentration. He gently folds the corner of the page and closes the book. Then he gets up and looks out his window. The image of Moblit ringing the garden's bell confirms his theory. He was calling everyone to come to the conference room, probably to announce something very important. He puts his book on his bedside table and locks the door after leaving his room. The hall was slowly getting crowded as people would leave their rooms. Some looked worried, others looked annoyed. Armin looks around and spots Jian walking alongside Connie. He waves at them and they run up to him as soon as they saw him.
Hey there!
Connie says,
Hello!
Armin greets them with a smile.
Do you have any idea what's happening?
Jian asks while they go down the stairs.
I have no idea. Come on, you must know something, Mr. Future Commander.
Connie says playfully. Armin rolls his eyes. Even if Erwin wanted to nominate him, he would refuse.
This time I'm as lost as you. Hey guys!
The trio sees Sasha leaving her room and running to them.
Do you know what's going on? They're calling everybody on the mansion.
Behind Sasha, Ymir, Hitch and Mina join them.
We were trying to get that information out of Armin, but he doesn't want to say. I swear I know just as much as you.
They continue going down the massive stairs.
I don't know if I believe that.
Ymir rolls her eyes.
Whatever.
When they finally reach the bottom floor, they struggle to get into the meeting room. Everybody is agitated and the noise makes it difficult to communicate. After some long minutes, everybody was settled. The majority was standing on their feet while the rest was able to grab a chair. Erwin, Levi, Hange, Nanaba and Mike were waiting on the opposite side of the big table. Levi had his arms crossed and his gaze was somewhere in the middle of the crowd. He's not looking at anyone specifically, he's just in his own world reflecting. Erwin is looking at everyone, making sure there's no one missing. Hanji, Nanaba and Mike are whispering to each other. Moblit enters the room and joins the five of them. He nods his head to Erwin, who starts speaking when he sees the signal.
Thank you all for coming. We have a very important announcement to make. Like we have a choice.
Connie whispers to Jian, rolling his eyes.
Right? As you all may know, the Marleyan government has been gifting us all kinds of privileges as an apology for all the mistreating and misinformation they have been spreading about our race for years.
Levi lets out an angry groan and rolls his eyes.
Ah, another present from those narcissists.
Eren rests his head on Mikasa's shoulder.
What is it this time?
The Marleyan gifts are a way the people of Mali found to apologize for their sinful acts towards the Eldian race. After doing multiple blood tests on Eldian volunteers and exploring the true story of Paradise Island, it was proved that the Eldians were nothing but normal human beings who wished only the best for the rest of humanity. Many riots started since then. Eldians and Malians screamed and marched together on the streets of Mali in the name of justice for the Eldian people. After a couple of years of political fights, the Malian government was taken down and replaced with people who were willing to designate Eldians as free and unrestricted individuals that deserve all the rights that any other human possesses. The extreme mentality of punishment for minor crimes and small errors was also abolished, turning Mali's justice system into a more tolerable and reasonable policy. Not satisfied with the changes, the new government started granting gifts to the Eldian military, the ones who helped protect their country even with the knowledge that Mali would kill them without hesitation if they had the opportunity. The gifts consisted on an abandoned mansion in the middle of a forest that was renovated and restored for them to live with luxury. Multiple money donations to improve Paradise's economy. Introducing new knowledge about healthcare, engineering, architecture, education, science, technology, and fashion. Many laborers, doctors, engineers, journalists, teachers, and technicians were sent to help modernize the island.
I will now read the letter sent by Mrs. Telinara, one of the congresswomen of the parliament. We, the new leaders of the Marleyan Empire, wish to inform you that our unit decided to grant every resident of the Good Hope Mansion an opportunity to know our world better than anyone else on the globe. We offer a traveling plan that crosses the most famous and amazing locations in the world, with the option of modifying that plan whenever you please. You also have the possibility of inviting a few people of your choice that don't reside in the mansion. Any expenses during the trip will be covered by the Marleyan government. The Marleyan warriors that don't occupy the mansion are also invited, and we would hope that Queen Historia Reyes would also come along. Regards, Tilinara.
Erwin finishes the letter and stares at all the stunned faces in front of him.
We talked with the units and they explained that since we are not doing indispensable duties, we don't need to worry about bringing our work with us. The ones doing university that accept us hold an automatic vacation period during the trip and will take classes as normal when they get back. They got everything covered. About Queen Historia, if she decides to accept the invitation, she will have to choose a trustworthy royal conductor to rule in her name.
Erwin waits for a reaction from the crowd. Everyone stays quiet for a bit until Eren decides to speak up.
So, let me see if I got this right. They want to take our queen away from our people while the island is surrounded by influential martial diplomats? You have got to be kidding me, you fell for that.
Everybody starts talking at the same time, creating an extremely high indistinguishable noise. Erwin raises his voice.
I don't think you understand how politics work, Eren. Marleyan diplomats don't have any kind of power in Paradise. Queen Historia will choose an Eldian conductor. Still, don't understand how this is a good idea. Unfortunately, that decision is not up to you. It's up to Queen Historia to determine whether that's a good idea or not.
Eren gives Erwin a cold stare.
You have 2 days to decide whether you want to accept or not, but I will give you some advice. In order to show good faith, respect, and peaceful intentions, I suggest accepting this blessing. You are excused.
He says this and leaves the room. Levi, Hange, Mike, Moblit, and Nanaba follow him, leaving the meeting room in distress. The people start arguing and talking over each other, trying to be heard in that chaotic environment.
Hey!
A voice can be heard from one of the corners of the room.
What kind of behavior is this? Are you animals?
Everybody turns their head to see a very upset Petra.
You will have a lot of time to discuss this matter, but do it civilly and in your rooms. Now everybody leave! Honestly, I don't really care if it's a trap. I just want to enjoy some well-deserved vacation.
Hitch admitted while playing with Ymir's pillow. She is laying in her bed as if the room belonged to her. Luckily, Ymir didn't seem to mind.
Historia says the diplomats are doing nothing but helping Paradis grow.
Ymir says as she types on her phone.
If my queen trusts them, I do too. Your queen must be very brainwashed then.
Eren shows how pissed he still is. Next to him, Armin and Mikasa just stare into the void, not paying too much attention to what is happening around them. Ymir gives him an unhappy gaze. A period of silence fills Ymir's bedroom. Hitch looks at Marlo, who's sitting on the floor leaning on the bed. Sasha is sitting right next to him, distracted, probably thinking about her next meal. Gian and Connie are on the other corner of the room, both staring out the window.
I'll go.
Marlo is the first one to break the silence.
Me too.
Hitch says immediately after. Eren looks at him disapprovingly and rolls his eyes.
Guys!
Ymir interrupts them.
Historia says she can talk right now. I'm calling her.
Everybody groups up around Ymir's bed while she sets up her phone so everyone could see it.
Hello!
Historia smiles in excitement when she sees everyone together.
Hi, Historia. How are you?
Everybody greeted her.
You look absolutely stunning, my queen.
Ymir said, making the queen blush. She was wearing a very elegant and flowy burgundy red dress with delicate floral details. Her hair was in an updo which complemented her silver tiara.
Oh, Ymir.
She said, covering her rosy cheeks with her hands.
Thank you. I'm guessing you already know the news.
Eren continued with a serious expression.
I do indeed. Pixies filled me in with all the details. Do you believe them? I do.
She replied without hesitation, which surprised Eren.
The diplomats have been very helpful and respectful. Marley has proved to be a changed nation. Even Lady Tilly's words are moving. If no one wants to straighten Marley, then I will. I think the government is working hard to make things right this time, and I trust them. I trust that they truly regret what they've done and now realize how wrong it was. I think we should all take this chance to meet the world outside Marley and the walls. So are you coming with us?
Ymir's eyes sparkle with that possibility.
Yes, I am. Woohoo!
She celebrates.
This is going to be the best trip of our lives.
Hitch screams while grabbing Marlo and shaking him aggressively. Eren, however, doesn't seem very excited about the idea.
Who will be your royal conductor, Historia?
Armin asks.
Pixies has been such a great help. Him and I share a lot of the same ideologies. I'm certain that it's impossible to choose a better person to rule Paradis while I'm gone. Yes, and we'll have so much fun.
Ymir starts shouting again.
Oh, my dear Historia, I have to marry you when this trip ends. Oh!
Historia's face turns into a tomato.
Oh, of course, Miri.
She smiles.
I have to go now, sadly. I'll see y'all soon. Goodbye, Historia. See you soon.
They say goodbye and hang up.
I'm going to start packing right now. Could you guys please leave? Nothing personal, but the room is already small as it is, and I need to walk around to get everything I need.
Ymir opens the door.
Sure.
They start getting up to leave. Hitch groans when Marlo picks her up and carries her out of the room.
Come on, Hitch, you have your own bed.
Marlo says.
We better start packing as well. I know.
Marlo puts her down.
See you guys.
The both of them walk to their rooms.
I should warn Nicolo to start packing as well.
Sasha says more to herself than the others.
So you're going? I am. Do you think I would miss the opportunity to taste all kinds of different food around the world? I'm bringing Nicolo as my guest. I'm sure he would appreciate it.
She looks at him with begging eyes. Connie grins.
There's no way you're doing this without me.
They both start laughing and running to their rooms.
Well, I will ask Marco what he thinks about all of this and then I'll decide. See you later.
Gian walks away as well.
You are not thinking about actually going, are you?
Eren talks when everyone had already left the hall.
Historia says she trusts Marley, and I want to trust her.
Armin says.
I don't see any problem. It's not like Paradis can't defend themselves without us.
Mikasa crosses her arms.
You can't be serious. Eren, we're not at war anymore. Let's please enjoy our lives as normal people.
Mikasa stares at him with pleading eyes.
Armin, you're the smartest guy I know. Please tell me that you recognize this is a bad idea. Eren?
Armin puts on a serious expression.
This is my dream. This is all I ever wanted since I was a child. I want to discover the world my parents dreamed of but never could see. I want to take my grandpa's hat with me and make it touch every piece of land and sea on this earth. I'm sorry, but I can't say no to this. Armin, we said we would see it together, remember? I understand why you don't want to go, but please, trust Erwin, Hange, Levi, and Historia. They've seen things you don't know about. Just please trust them.
Armin turns his back to go to his room but says one more thing before he leaves.
You promised we would see it together.
Eren stares for a few moments at Armin's silhouette disappearing in the hallway.
Mikasa, what's your position in all of this?
He stares at her with regret in his eyes.
I'm going to be there and live our dream, and honor the promise we made as kids. I don't trust Marley, but I trust Historia, Erwin, and everyone else. I want to give myself a chance to be happy.
She starts walking towards her room.
Let's enjoy these happy moments before they fade away.
And those were her last words before completely disappearing in the stairs. On his way to his room, Armin can't stop thinking about these last moments. That conversation left him with a big weight on his chest. He didn't want to make Eren feel guilty, but that was exactly what happened. Lost in his thoughts, he doesn't see where he's going. His mind is abruptly called back to reality when he bumps into someone.
Armin, are you okay? Where are you going?
Armin immediately recognizes this voice. It's the voice of a certain girl who makes his heart beat at an alarming speed.
Annie, I'm sorry, I was distracted. Yeah, I could see that. What happened?
She said while pushing him to walk with her. Armin can't help blushing when she ties her arm on his.
It's about today's announcement. I see. This is my dream since I was a kid.
Annie didn't say anything, but she already knew it. Armin had told her before.
I don't know if this is too good to be true or if it will actually happen. Are you willing to take that risk? Yes.
He immediately responds.
I will chase after this. It's all I wanted in my entire life. I just wanted Eren to come with me. He promised we would do this together, but I don't think he will come.
Armin stares sadly at the ground. Annie doesn't say anything. She doesn't know what to say. She was never good with feelings. Her own and others.
Anyway, it must be really boring hearing me talk like this. I apologize. Don't.
She almost interrupts him. The truth is, Annie likes to hear him talking about this kind of stuff. She's not sure why. Maybe because she doesn't understand this topic that much, but someone as sensible and open as Armin can explain it to her like no one else ever did. Or maybe because she just likes hearing his voice, somehow it brings her peace. It doesn't matter the reason why, she hates it when he pushes himself down. If only she knew how to show him how much she cares and wants to listen to him.
How about you? Are you coming?
His expression softens a little bit.
No.
They stop walking.
Oh.
He can't hide his obvious disappointment.
Can I ask why that is? I want to be with my dad. More than 6 years without seeing him was painful enough. I want to be next to him for the rest of his life. I see. That's a shame. Huh? I guess I just really wanted you to come.
He is prepared to leave, but Annie puts her hand on his shoulder to not let him go.
You want me to go?
She can feel her cheeks turning pink.
No, I mean, yes, I do, but it's fine. I totally understand that you have more important things to look after here. I don't want to make you feel guilty just like I did with Eren. But yes, I want you to come. It's okay.
That last sentence made Annie's heart race. I want you to come. Such a simple but beautiful thing to say. She was trying to control herself really hard to not turn into a tomato, but Armin interpreted that in the wrong way.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to make you uncomfortable.
He hides his face with his hands, trying to hide his embarrassment. Annie just remains still and speechless.
I have to go pack now. See you at dinner.
Armin starts sprinting to his bedroom with the wish of covering his face with a pillow and hide under the covers. Hange is in her office reading and signing some papers when she hears a knock on her door.
Come in!
She screams, not taking her eyes off the desk. The door opens.
What are you doing, Four Eyes?
Levi comes in and closes the door behind him.
I'm finishing all my work. There's so much to do. I want to complete everything before the journey.
Hange takes another folder from the shelf behind her and starts opening it up on her desk. Levi sighs and props his leg up on the table.
You are going.
He looks at the ground, disappointed.
I was hoping you would stay. Why would I?
This time she raises her gaze.
I want to know everything about our world. I want to discover, to learn, to test, to experiment. They didn't give us a lot of time to prepare, but I think I can pack everything tomorrow and finish my work today. Aren't you scared? Huh? Scared? From Marley? No. Not just from Marley, from the world itself. This doesn't seem like you, Levi. What's wrong? It's just...
He struggles to get it out.
I feel guilty. But you did nothing wrong. I know. Guilty of living this luxury life while the island continues to be years behind the rest of the world. Many families are living a poor, humble life, while I enjoy this money I did nothing to deserve. Levi.
Hange takes his hand.
Nobody in the world deserves this life more than you.
He looks at her, surprised.
But Addis will be fine. Historia, Pixies, and all the Marlin volunteers are doing their best to change that. You know I don't trust Marley. I know. But I trust Anya Kupon and everyone else in the parliament. They won't let us down.
She puts her hand on his shoulder.
You better get your work done as well, or else you won't have time to pack. I don't feel like going. Oh, but you don't have to. I'll grab you by the ear and make you come. Hanji, I'm serious.
She gets up from her chair and pushes Levi to the door.
Go finish all of your duties and meet me in the afternoon. I want to see you pack your stuff, understood?
She opens the door and pushes him out of her office.
But no buts, do as I say. See you tonight.
She smiles before closing the door. Levi starts walking to his office melancholically. Maybe she is right. He needs to stop blaming himself for something he doesn't have the power over and celebrate the opportunities life puts in front of him. Holding her phone next to her ear, Annie waits for her call to be answered.
Sweetie? Hey, Dad. Is everything okay at the nursing home? Everything is fine, but you don't sound too good. What happened? I just wanted to hear your voice. I hate when they don't let me visit you. You come here every day, sweetie. It's not your fault. There's no need to feel guilty about it.
Annie knows it's not her fault, but she hates the thought of not seeing her father. 5 months ago he was diagnosed with Parkinson and she begged him to let her spend the rest of her life at home taking care of him. He refused, saying that he couldn't stand seeing her daughter waste her youth like that. He decided to go to a nursing home and forced Annie to accept the invitation of living at the Good Hope mansion. Since the day he moved into the nursing home, she visited him every day and stayed for how many hours she could. Today, the geriatric assistants didn't let anyone visit due to a rat infestation and Annie has been feeling down all day.
Let's talk about you. You never tell me much about your life in there. What happened today? Anything exciting? Well, today we had a collective announcement. That sounds important. What was it about? The Marlian government is offering everybody in the mansion and the warriors a trip around the world. Oh, that sounds wonderful. When are you leaving? Dad! What do you mean, when am I leaving? I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here with you. Annie, don't say that. Are Rainier and Bertolt going? Yes. I texted them early and they said that Peak, Porco and Marcel are going as well. But that doesn't matter. I'm not going. What about Armin? Is he going?
Annie's heart stops as she hears that name. The phrase "I want you there" pops up on her mind again.
Yes, he is.
She stares at her room's floor.
That's not the point. I can tell you want to go. I want you to go. But Dad! No, Annie! You know what's one of my greatest fears? Seeing my 22-year-old daughter give up her life, her youth, her dreams, her happiness for someone who can be perfectly fine without her for a month or two. Everybody at the nursing home is extraordinarily caring and concerned. I will be fine. I will be waiting for you once more.
Annie remained silent for a moment.
I have to go now. I'll visit tomorrow.
She hangs up. 2 days later.
Sasha, hurry up!
Nicolo's voice can be heard behind the door while Connie aggressively knocks on it.
What is she even doing?
Jian asks while pushing 2 suitcases behind him.
I don't know. We're going to be late. Sasha? Are you dead?
I'm coming, just a second.
They hear her run around.
What are you doing?
I was taking a bath, but I fell asleep in the bathtub. I'm almost done.
I can't believe this.
Niccolo facepalms.
Sasha, why? Ugh, I have the urge to just leave her and go to the airport.
Jian rolls his eyes.
I can hear you.
Yeah, just hurry up.
Connie looks at Jian and nods in agreement.
I'm here, let's go.
Sasha opens the door.
Oh god.
Jian mumbles as he sees her. Her wet hair is dripping on her clothes. Her yellow t-shirt is inside out and her shorts aren't even buttoned. She has a green bag on her back and she struggles to get her suitcase out of the room. Niccolo hurries to help her.
Jesus, what happened to you? I fell asleep in the bath, I already told you. Alright, we have no time for this, let's go then.
Connie says and the 4 start jogging with difficulty due to their heavy suitcases.
I hope I charge my power bank because my phone just died.
Jian puts his phone in his pocket before grabbing his suitcases and following them.
Is everyone here?
Petra asks while checking her not very effective list. She is standing next to Erwin, Mike, Nanaba, and Moblit who are unsuccessfully trying to count everyone. The airport is very crowded and fussy, making it tough to identify everyone.
Sasha, Connie, Jean, and Nicolo didn't arrive yet.
Marlo shouts, trying to be heard in the crowd.
The airplane takes off in 10 minutes. If they don't come soon, they'll be left behind.
Erwin shouts back. Moblit pulls him aside.
Where is Hange? She said she was coming. I don't know, but if she doesn't hurry up, she won't catch the flight.
Hey!
A loud voice can be heard in the distance. The adults look in the voice's direction to see a very excited Hange, arm in arm with a very upset Levi.
Levi?
Erwin says when they reach them.
I thought you weren't coming. Oh, Armin, you thought I would let him stay in the mansion all on his own?
Hange said while rubbing Levi's hair, who just stays silent and puts on the scariest, angriest face they've ever seen.
I'm glad Hange convinced you. I believe this is going to be really therapeutic for you.
Erwin smiles.
She didn't
Hange starts laughing hysterically to interrupt him.
Of course, Erwin, I wouldn't let him miss this. Let me help you with the bags.
Moblit offers as he picks up their luggage.
Ah, thank you, Moblit. How sweet of you.
Hange follows him, leaving Levi and Erwin.
I know you didn't come here out of free will, but I generally think this is gonna be really good for you. Whatever. Do you want me to buy you something to eat in the vending machines?
Mikasa asks, pointing to the crowded region.
It's okay. The queue is massive. We don't have time to wait in line and buy food before the flight takes off.
Last night was tough on Armin. He couldn't sleep all night because he was awfully anxious about the trip and that made him oversleep in the morning. When he woke up and looked at the time, he got so worried he could arrive late that he skipped breakfast and rushed to the airport with Mikasa. Now they are both sitting on the floor of the airport waiting to be called aboard. Armin is staring melancholically at the ground, playing with the zipper of his jacket while Mikasa observes the rest of their friends from afar. She notices Armin's mood.
I didn't know being hungry was a reason to be that depressed. Have you been learning from Sasha?
Armin gives her a sad smile.
It's Eren. I can't believe I'm going to leave our dream, but he won't be there with me. I know. I'm also really disappointed he's not coming.
Mikasa puts her hand on his shoulder.
It's a good thing I came then.
A voice behind him says. They both instantly turn around.
Eren?
Both scream when they see him smiling behind them. They immediately get up from the floor and run to hug him.
What are you doing here? I thought you didn't want to come. I don't trust Marley, but I trust Historia and our commanders. Besides, I want to live this adventure with you, like we promised we would.
Eren hugs them tighter.
I'm so happy you're here.
Mikasa breaks the hug. Eren looks at her blushing.
I'm happy to be here.
He turns to Armin.
I heard you skipped breakfast.
Eren puts his hand on his pocket and takes out a piece of bread.
I stole that from the kitchen this morning. Don't tell anyone.
He tosses the bread at Armin, who catches it mid-air.
Oh, thank you so much.
Armin attacks that poor piece of bread, finishing it in 3 bites. Eren and Mikasa chat cheerfully about the things they hope to see during the journey while Armin enjoys his bread and analyzes the ambient around them. People are divided into groups. Some are chatting, others are just bored typing on their phone, others are doing the exact same as him. gazing into the distance, observing others and their behavior. There are 5 distinct groups he can recognize. Marlo, Hitch, Marco, and Ymir are standing not too far from them. Ymir has her arms crossed and a bored expression on her face.
I'm sure she'll cheer up when we reunite with his story after the flight.
He thinks to himself. Hitch is agitated and loud as always, sometimes shaking Marlo's arm, who's trying to calm her down. Marco is holding his phone with a worried attitude, probably trying to call Gian and the others who are late. More to the right, Reiner and Berthold are chatting while Peek and Marcel are sitting quietly next to them, sharing headphones while listening to some music on Peek's phone. Porco is standing with his arms crossed, just listening to Bert and Reiner without paying too much attention and gazing at the other groups. Further away, Hange, Moblit, and Nanaba are talking, looking very excited, while Levi stands a bit far away from them, sitting on the ground and looking at the floor. Erwin and Mike are chatting a bit far from them, regularly checking their watches. Zeke brought Yelena with him, and they are both alone, just glancing at everyone else. It's not a surprise, the fact that they don't approach anyone. After all that happened, their reputation with the Paradise military is not the best. Mina, Thomas, Rico, Matabi, Hannah, Ian, Franz, and Samuel are all together. Rico and Ian are checking their phones. Mina, Thomas, Franz, and Hannah are chatting, and Samuel is pacing from side to side, probably panicking about getting on the plane. Suddenly, Armin notices a silhouette arriving, pushing a suitcase behind her and looking at a flyer in her other hand. When the mysterious person gets closer, Armin can't believe what he's seeing.
Annie?
Annie looks at him when she hears her name. She walks closer to him.
Hi, Armin.
She faces the floor, letting her hair cover her face.
You're here. I thought you wanted to stay with your dad. I did, but he called a taxi that took me to the airport without me knowing. The driver said he already had packed bags in the luggage rack from my dad. He packed for you and everything? He did. I'm still pondering on just leaving this place right now. I don't think you should do that.
Armin looks at her in the eyes, but she avoids eye contact with him.
Heyo, Annie! Is that really you?
A voice behind him shouts. They turn around to see Reiner, Berthold, Peek, Porcho, and Marcel approaching them.
I can't believe you're here.
Berthold says, surprised. She just stares back at him with a tired expression.
I'm glad you came.
Peek gives her a sweet smile, but she doesn't retribute it.
This is going to be fun.
As they surround her with more questions and small talk, Armin decides to leave her with her friends and walk away back to Eren and Mikasa. They are still chatting when they notice his presence.
Where did you go? Just saw someone and decided to say hello. Oh, okay. How was the bread? Really good, thank you. He won't pick up his phone.
Marco looks worried at Marlo, Hitch, and Ymir.
What if something happened? Sasha didn't pick up as well.
Ymir says, putting her phone back in her pocket.
Try to call Connie or Nicolo. Attention please, the 023 flight is about to depart. Please head to the gate number 7. I repeat, the 023 flight is about to depart. Please head to the gate number 7.
A voice of a lady can be heard on the speaker.
There's no time for that. We have to take off.
Ymir grabs her suitcase and starts walking outside.
But they didn't arrive yet. That's a shame for them. Guess they lost the flight.
Ymir says while walking.
She's right.
Hitch says, doing the same as her. Marlo follows her.
Let's go, Marco.
Marco starts following them but stops when he hears screaming from behind.
Marco! They didn't take off yet. We're on time. Guys?
Marco troons around.
Let's go, hurry up.
Hitch screams when she spots them. Marco runs after her, followed by Gian, Nicolo, Connie, and Sasha. Some people were already getting up the stairs to the plane when they reach the group.
Oh, you actually made it.
Ymir says as she notices their presence.
I mean, I totally believe you would make it in time. I'm so exhausted. I could eat an elephant. Sasha, no. What? They might be tasty, you never know. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
People keep filling up the seats as they enter the plane. Armin is already sitting getting prepared for the long journey. He made sure to be next to the window. He had downloaded multiple audiobooks, music and movies to watch during the flight. The seat next to him is empty. He doesn't plan on talking to anyone, he just wants to relax and concentrate on his narratives. Behind him, Eren and Mikasa are chatting and watching something on her phone. In front of him, Gian is telling Marco why they arrived late. Sasha is sickening the stewardess for food while Connie tries to seem polite. Ymir decided to sit next to Niccolo, although she comes across like she doesn't want to talk much. Porco and Marcel are together with Peak right behind them. Reiner and Berthold are also together, although Bert looks a bit pissed off for some reason. Hitch is still being loud, not giving poor Marlowe any peace. Armin takes his headphones out of his bag and plugs them into his phone. The shy voice can barely be heard among the noise.
Can I sit here, please?
Armin looks at Annie, who is standing in front of him waiting for his permission to sit.
Of course.
She sits down.
I thought you want to be with your friends. I'm pretty sure Hitch wanted to hang out with you. Yeah, Bertolt Peak and her asked me to sit next to them, but I don't want to spend 15 hours straight next to any of them. Oh, why is that? Peak and Hitch are very loud, and Bertolt demands I talk to him 24/7, which makes me exhausted. I just want a calm, restful trip. Are you sure you won't get bored? I'll be reading the majority of the time. Don't worry about it.
She takes her phone out of her pocket and plugs her headphones to listen to some music. Armin lounges on his chair.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot, Cleo Roberts.
A lady's voice is heard on the speakers.
We are on flight 023 to Portugal, and the trip will take 40 to 50 hours. Thank you for choosing the Marianas Airline Company. Please enjoy your trip. This is it, Armin. You're going to live your dream. Hi, it's me again. I just popped up in the end of the video to say thank you so much for the 100 subscribers. That means the absolute world to me. Like, that's crazy. I don't know what to do with so much people, honestly. But honestly, I just want to thank you all for your kindness and for being so sweet. That means a lot to me. So, yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time.